Buying your first home is one of those milestones that everyone talks about, but few people actually explain it very well. And you've probably heard phrases like build equity or get pre-approved. It's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market, yet no one really tells you what it feels like or what's actually waiting around the corner of each step of the process. Hey there, I'm Weldon Hobbs with Team Hobbs Realty right here in Colorado Springs. And whether you're buying locally or across the country, my goal is to help you make confident and informed real estate decisions that line up with your life and your financial goals. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you find this kind of information helpful, hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the market trends, home buying strategies, and what's happening here in Colorado Springs and beyond, and will ultimately save you money. Now let's talk about what no one tells you about buying your first home. Everyone says buying a home builds wealth, and that is absolutely true, but only if you understand how the process works and how to make the numbers work for you. So here's the first thing. It is not about finding the perfect home. It's actually about positioning yourself for the next one. Most first-time home buyers think that they're buying their forever home, but statistically speaking, your first home is actually a starter asset, meaning you're probably going to move, but you need that equity to get into that next phase. It's the foundation that helps you build towards your second or third home down the road. The key, though, is to buy something that fits your life right now with a little bit of room to grow, but sets you up with flexibility later. And that's whether renting it out someday, building equity to roll into that next home, or using it as a part of a broader financial plan. In Colorado Springs, we see this all the time, though. Someone buys a modest 3-bedroom in Briargate or North Fork. They build equity for 5 to 7 years and then use that as leverage for a move-up property into Flying Horse or the farm, whatever their end goals are. That's not luck, though. That is strategy. That is thought out. Now, number 2. The second thing that no one tells you is that emotion is going to creep in and fight logic nearly every step of the way. I see it all the time. You're going to fall in love with the homes that aren't good fits financially, and you'll second guess great options because of cosmetic stuff like paint or carpet or outdated fixtures. Like, the best buyers are the ones who can pause and ask, is this decision helping my future self? Now, when you do your interview of agents, a good agent, they're going to coach you through that. And my job isn't to tell you which house to buy. It's actually to help you think like a homeowner before you become one. And that leads me to my next big point. The process feels backwards, and sometimes because it actually is. Most buyers, they start by browsing listings online. But the truth is, the home search is actually steps 3 or 4. Step 1 should always be understanding your budget and financing options. Step 2, that's connecting with that local expert who knows the nuances of the market, especially in areas across Colorado Springs, where each neighborhood has its own pricing rhythm, homeowner association rules, and get this, even microclimates. An example. In Rockrimmon, older homes might offer more square footage for the money, but higher utility costs just because they were built earlier. In Banning Lewis Ranch, you might get newer construction, but higher community fees because of the amenities. In Black Forest, you get privacy, but you have to plan well for wells and septic inspections. None of those are necessarily deal breakers, but they are the types of details that matter in your trade-offs and in your numbers, and they matter more than people realize. Now, number 4, the last thing no one tells you. The best deals aren't always the lowest prices. You might see a listing drop by $10,000 in a particular neighborhood, and you might think it's a steal, but what if it needs $20,000 in updates, right? Or what if that same property has been sitting for 60 days, meaning you can probably negotiate better terms like seller credits towards your closing costs or an interest rate buy down or even repairs, right? Here in Colorado Springs, we've seen plenty of buyers win, not because they offered more money, but because they structured a smarter offer. Maybe they used a VA loan with seller-paid funding fees. Maybe they asked for a credit that covered the first few months of ownership expenses. The key is to understand the tools available to you, and every person's situation is different. So when you're thinking about buying your first home, I want you to remember this. It's not about finding a house. It's about building a system that supports your goals for today and tomorrow. You're going to need some patience, a little bit of strategy, and good people around you. A lender that communicates clearly, a real estate agent who knows your local market. That's the piece that most first home buyers miss. You're not buying a property. You're building the first layer of your financial foundation, your future as an individual or as a family, whatever your situation might be. Now, before you go, here's one more thought. Every great home buying story starts with a conversation, not a contract. Okay, remember this. And that's what I want to offer you today. If you're thinking about buying a home, whether it's here in Colorado Springs or anywhere in the country, I'd love to chat with you. You can book time on my calendar using the link below in the caption, or just give me a call. It is a no pressure conversation just to get the information that you need and the perspective that might help you in making the best decisions for you in your life. Thanks for watching. I'm Weldon Hobbs with Team Hobbs Realty, serving Colorado Springs and connecting clients across the country. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.